जय जगन्नाथ फ्रेंड्स दिस इज वासुदेव पंडा वेलकम टू मास्टर इंग्लिश पहले मुंडी मारिवार अछि नहीं लास्ट सेशन एमसीक्यू उपरे शेष सेशन আজি रो शेष सेशन आसंता काली जहा रहइबो and in this session we'll cover all the chapter all the important MCQ 110% sure all the sure shot in one session all sure shot in one shot जेमती मु थंबनेल रे देछि सबु प्रश्न एठी इंपोर्टेंट नाही एटा ग्रामर सेशन नुह एटा स्पेशली तमरो माने प्रोज पोएट्री एंड नॉन डिटेल को जिवा ओके लेट्स स्टार्ट फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची Winston Churchill found the subject preferred by the examiners to be the ones he dash the list. Option A knew, studied, disliked, enjoyed. कौन थिला क्वेश्चन Winston Churchill found the subject preferred by the examiners to be the one he dashed the list. Knew, studied, disliked, enjoyed. कोटा हबो ऑप्शन कृष्णा कला डिसलाइक्स सौम्य कला डिसलाइक नॉलेज कला डिसलाइक जगन्नाथ रथ कला डिसलाइक एंड दिस आंसर इज रॉन्ग ए उत्तर भूल प्रश्न बुझरे बाबू प्रश्न बुझ मु कहिथिली The narrator found the subject preferred by the examiner to be the one he dashed the list. तो examiner माने जो क्वेश्चन को पसंद करुथिले ए बाबू सेगुडी को एंजॉय करू नथिले सो ऑप्शन सी एंजॉयड होची ठीक उत्तर ओके एई भलिया भूल ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस दिस इज नॉट गुड नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन को जीवा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची कोना फिले द फोर्थ फॉर्म वाज आल्सो नोन एज द फॉर्म इन हेरो डैश द फोर्थ फॉर्म वाज आल्सो नोन एज द डैश फॉर्म इन हेरो को फॉर्म फोर्थ फॉर्म टाकू हेरो रे को फॉर्म बोली कहा जाउथरा टॉप मिडिल अपर एंड बॉटम टॉप मिडिल अपर एंड बॉटम बटम फॉर्म जगन्नाथ वेरी गुड बटम फॉर्म होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न होची द सब्जेक्ट द नरेटर वुड हैव लाइक टू बी एग्जामिन्ड इन वेयर हला अरे बाबू कौन अपर एंड बटम कहलानी ये नवकिशोर अपर आ बटम दुईटा कंट्रास्ट ऑपोजिट जानिछ ना नहीं अपर एंड बॉटम कौन कहूँ सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची द सब्जेक्ट द नरेटर वुड हैव लाइक टू बी एग्जामिन्ड इन वेयर को सब्जेक्ट अच्छा ऑलरेडी उत्तर आसीगलानी हिस्ट्री पोएट्री एंड राइटिंग ऐसे सहज होइगला क्वेश्चन सहज होइगला मु सहज क्वेश्चन पचारिबा पई आसी नाही पिले आजिरो सेशन रे मु सहज क्वेश्चन पचारिबा पई आसी नाही एक्चुअली हला आ लास्ट को मु 10टा क्वेश्चन पचारिबी लास्ट को 10टा क्वेश्चन जो 10टा क्वेश्चन पचारिबी मु लास्ट को कहूजी माने सेशन एंड वेल को मु 10टा क्वेश्चन पचारिबी से 10टा क्वेश्चन रो जदी कोनोसी भी पिला 7टा क्वेश्चन रो राइट आंसर दबो से पिला रो इंग्लिश रे 70 रु कमिबो नाही मैं लिख के दूंगा मु लास्ट को जो 10टा क्वेश्चन पचारिबी से 10टा क्वेश्चन रो जदी गोटे पिला जे कोन से पिला व्होएवर इज वाचिंग जो पिला भी देखुछे जदी से 10टा क्वेश्चन रो 7टा क्वेश्चन रो उत्तर दिए बुझेला देन तार 70 रु कमिबो नाही जदी देई पारु राइट आंसर चलो जीवा क्वेश्चन को सो द नरेटर लैटिन पेपर एंडेड अप विथ डैश ऑन इट So the narrator's Latin paper ended up with dash on it. Option A. Answer B. Neat writing. C, a blot and several smudges. D, a poem. कौन हबो? The narrator's Latin paper ended up with dash on it. Option C. Okay, Manali. Option C, a blot and several smudges. This is right answer. ठीक, correct answer. परवर्ती प्रश्न. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिए. परवर्ती प्रश्न. The narrator's entrance examination to Harrow was especially difficult because he could not answer a single question in the dash paper. Mathematics, English, Science and Latin. Latin paper. Okay, धरणीधर. Latin paper. सौम्य भी कहला. लक्ष्मी समस्त कहला. Latin paper ठीक उत्तर पिले. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा. The visitor waiting on the school step used to comment irreverently why his dash of all. Option ला first, second, last and middle. कौन हबो? Last. सजी क्रिएशन. Last. Right answer. Last. एदि पई जण जण बहुत सारा प्रश्न अछि न. सीधी पई जे प्रथमे कहूची तार ना नउची बिले केबे खराब भाबिबानी. मु लास्ट 10 क्वेश्चन समस्त ना नेबे निश्चित. बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन अच्छी. बहुत समय लगे. घंटे लगे सेशन टा. तेणु मु समस्त ना नहीं पारि नहीं. जी प्रथम कहते से ना नौ. ओके ना कौन कौच समस्त ना ने बहुत लंबा हो क्लास. डिस्टर्बेंस भी हम हाँ ना नहीं. यस ना आम रेडी तो समस्ते मुंडी मारिबा परा शेष सेशन एटा. ओके ठीक. परवर्ती प्रश्न होची. द नरेटर रिमेन्ड इन द लोएस्ट फॉर्म फॉर नियरली डैश. The narrator remained in the lowest form for nearly 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. 1 year, Krishna Anuranjan. 1 year. 1 year, right answer. 1 year. Parvati Prashna. Mr. Somerville taught English to the dash boys. Mr. Somerville taught English to the, dash boys. Which type of boys? Smartest, youngest, laziest, stupidest. Dances, Saji creation. Stupidest and dances. These are same. Very good. Yeah. Stupidest, dances. Option D होची. ठीक उत्तर. Next question देखिबा. Next question. The headmaster Dr. Weldon demonstrated his ability to do dash. The headmaster Dr. Weldon demonstrated his ability to do dash. Option A. Only follow the rules. B. Strictly mark exams. C. Look beneath the surface of things. D. Ignore students' abilities. कौन हवा? Option C. Very good. Anuranjan. Option C होची look beneath the surface of the things. Next question. परवर्ती प्रश्न को जवाब. परवर्ती प्रश्न होची Amari was champion at dash. Amari was champion at dash. Swimming, cricket, gym, debating. Amari was champion at dash. Gym. Okay, gym. Gym is the right answer. He was a champion at gym. Next question. The narrator considered the structure of ordinary British sentence to be a dash thing. The narrator considered the structure of the ordinary British sentence to be a dash thing. Simple, noble, complex and confusing. Noble. Krishna, noble is the right answer. Noble thing होची ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न. The narrator learned the essential structure of the ordinary British sentence through dash. The narrator learned the essential structure of the ordinary British sentence through dash. Option A. Rote memorization, creative writing, daily drills and discussion. कोड हवा ठीक उत्तर. Which is right? Option A होची rote memorization. Wrong. Option C, daily drills. Yeah, daily drills, tuition. Option C, daily drills होची ठीक उत्तर. Daily drills होची ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न. The narrator tried to flee, but his pursuer overtook him and dashed him into the pool. Scolded, pushed, hauled, and pulled. Scolded, pushed, hauled, and pulled. Hauled. Very good. Hauled. Hauled is the right answer. Hauled होची ठीक उत्तर. Hauled is the right answer पिले. Pushed wrong answer. It is question दिला. The narrator tried to flee. माने विंस्टन चर्चिल पळेवा पे चाहुथिले बट हिज पर्सुअर ओवरटुक हिम एंड डैश इनटू द पूल तो हॉल्ड हबो ठीक उत्तर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची कोन पिले लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची द नरेटर passed the preliminary examination while still dash the narrator passed the preliminary examination while still dash at the top of the school almost at the bottom of the school in the middle of the school struggling with other subjects America hold him कौन लिखो चुरे बाबू almost at the bottom of the school almost at the bottom of the school होची right answer परवर्ती प्रश्न the first question in the geography paper was to draw a map on dash the first question in the geography paper was to draw a map on dash Australia New Zealand Africa and Asia कोड़ा ठीक उत्तर न्यूजीलैंड लक्ष्मी न्यूजीलैंड होची ठीक उत्तर न्यूजीलैंड परवर्ती प्रश्न द नरेटर कंपेयर्ड हिज लॉक इन ड्राइंग द करेक्ट मैप टू विनिंग एट डैश पोकर रोलेट डाइस मंटे कार्लो the narrator compared his luck in drawing the correct map to winning at dash poker roulette dice and monte carlo d monte carlo krishna yes monte carlo a french city where gambling is done जीवा पिले नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन को परवर्ती प्रश्न what time did the grandmother prepare for the narrator to take to school what items did the grandmother prepare for the narrator to take to school a book and pencil a wooden slate are then input and a reed pen a notebook and a fountain pen then a chalkboard and chalk so which is correct B option B होची कौन पिले yeah let me clean my glass option B होची yes it is a wooden slate earthen pot a reed pen yes or no हाँ yes सेटा होची ठीक उत्तर this is the correct answer परवर्ती प्रश्न को जीवा परवर्ती प्रश्न होची the narrator described his grandmother as as moving her lips in dash loud conversation inaudible prayer singing cheerful laughter and singing option B inaudible prayer very good this is the right answer inaudible prayer होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न The narrator's grandfather's portrait depicts him wearing dash. The narrator's grandfather's portrait depicts him wearing dash. Turban and loose fitting clothes, suit and tie, modern hat and trousers, military uniform. Big turban, Tusant. Very good. Big turban होची ठीक उत्तर big turban होची परवर्ती प्रश्न होची who did the narrator parents leave him with when they moved to the city का सहित छाड़ी की गले a friend a neighbor his grandmother and his aunt his grandmother very good his grandmother Dharanidhar his grandmother is the right answer परवर्ती प्रश्न the grandmother's prayer was described as being in a dash tone. The grandmother's prayer was described as being in a dash tone. Cheerful, enthusiastic, monotonous sing-song, dramatic. Option C, monotonous sing-song. Monotonous sing-song is the right answer. Monotonous sing-song होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न What did the grandmother do while the children were learning the alphabet and prayer? What did the grandmother do while the children were learning the alphabet and prayer? Prepared lunch, read the scripture, assist the teacher, run errands. Read scripture, Krishna Nuranjan. Very good. Read scripture. This is the right answer. Next question. What happened to the grandmother just before she passed away? What happened to the grandmother just before she passed away? Mariba purbaru grandmother saହିତ kona haitila? Option A. She went outside, her lips stopped moving, and the rosary fell. She began singing. D. She fell asleep. ठीक उत्तर होची it is option B. Very good. Option B. Her lips stopped moving and the rosary fell. Her lips stopped moving and the rosary fell. परवर्ती प्रश्न. What is the grandmother's reaction to the narrator's musicalization? What is the grandmother's reaction to the narrator's musicalization? Option A. She was enthusiastic. B. She was indifferent. C. She was disturbed and disapproving. Option D. She was supportive. Disturbed. Anup Mahapatra. Very good. Disturbed. This is the right answer. Disturbed होउची ठीक उत्तर. She was disturbed. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा. परवर्ती प्रश्न होउची what did the grandmother smile during her time with the sparrows signifies? घर छोटिया मानक सहित काटुथिबा समय रे grandmother रो smile कोन माने शो करे? Disapproval, contentment, displeasure and confusion. ये होची ऑप्शन. Disapproval, contentment, displeasure and confusion. Option B. Contentment. Contentment कहले satisfaction. ताको शांति मिलु थाए नहीं पिले. परवर्ती प्रश्न. Whom did the grandmother and the author met at the temple door? Whom did the grandmother met at the temple door? The dog, the sparrow, the pigeon, the parrot. The dog. Dog is the right answer. Dog. What did the grandmother bring with her for the dogs? What did the grandmother bring with her for the dogs? Chapati, stale chapati, bread, biscuit. Stale chapati. Option B. Option B is the right answer. Stale chapati. Okay, let's go to the next question. Next question को जीवार फिले. परवर्ती प्रश्न. What does the author call the phenomenon of saying one thing but meaning another? What does the author call the phenomenon of saying one thing but meaning another? Option A. Double speak. B. Hidden agenda. C. Split level consciousness. D. Dishonest behavior. Amit, split level consciousness. Very good, beta. Yes, this is the right answer. This is called split level, consciousness. To saying one thing and meaning one thing, means saying and doing different thing is called split level consciousness. याको हमें split level consciousness मनाली. Yes, beta. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा. Where did the author attend the executive seminar? Where did the author attend the executive seminar? Microsoft, General Electric, Rockwell International, IBM. Rockwell, Somya, yes. Rockwell International. This is the right answer. Rockwell International होची ठीक उत्तर फिले. परवर्ती प्रश्न. According to the text, what is the key problem in India related to implementation? What is the key problem in India related to implementation? Insufficient policies, adequate infrastructure, lack of teamwork, and poor leadership. मोर प्रश्न सुनिगिरी उत्तर दियो. Teamwork. Soumya, this is the right answer. Lack of teamwork. So question thila according to the text. Teamwork is the key problem in India related to implementation. Implementation एइथिपाई हो नहीं कारण हमर मुख्य समस्या होची हम पाखरे दलगत कार्य नाही. परवर्ती प्रश्न. Where does the text suggest negative attitude towards teamwork might stem from? एक माने टेक्स्ट हिसाब रे हमर जो नेगेटिव एटीट्यूड हम भितरे अछि टीमवर्क प्रति सेटा हमर तार मूल कोठी अछि. ऑप्शन ए. मॉडर्न एजुकेशन, कल्चरल बैकग्राउंड, फॉरेन इन्फ्लुएंस, इकोनॉमिक कंडीशन. कल्चरल बैकग्राउंड. सौम्य धरणी दर्शाओ. यस. कल्चरल बैकग्राउंड होची ठीक उत्तर ऑप्शन बी। परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा। परवर्ती प्रश्न कोन पिले according to the text what is a common issue in Indian teamwork? According to the text what is a common issue in Indian teamwork? Lack of leadership, overemphasis on hierarchy, poor conflict resolution, D excessive focus on individual task। प्रश्न न शुणु उत्तर देले एभलिया भूल हबो। ऑप्शन बी ओवर एम्फासिस ऑन हायरार्की। बढ़िया ठीक उत्तर सीटा। हायरार्की ऊपर हमें ज्यादा एम्फासिस दोचे सेटा होची सबटर बड़ प्रॉब्लम मेजर प्रॉब्लम बेले। देखिबा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन व्हाट वाज राम's reaction to the author's request not to open doors? What was Ram's reaction to the author's request not to open doors? Option A, he was indifferent. B, he was happy to comply. C, he almost cried. Option D, he ignored the request. Somya Gala cried. Started crying. Almost started crying. Paravarti Prashna. What is essential for a boss to accept criticism? What is essential for a boss to accept criticism from subordinates? Option A high salary. B, a strong hierarchy. C, good self-esteem. D, detailed performance report। कृष्णा अनुरंजन self-esteem। self-esteem होची करेक्ट आंसर self-esteem। परवर्ती प्रश्न इन द ऑथर्स व्यू व्हाट इज क्रूशियल फॉर मेंटेनिंग ए गुड वर्क एथिक? गुड वर्क एथिक मेंटेन करबा पई कोटा मुख्य पिले। ऑप्शन ए एक्सप्रेसिंग हिडन एजेंडा, सेइंग एंड मीनिंग द सेम थिंग, अवॉइडिंग डिसएग्रीमेंट, फॉलोइंग हायरार्किकल स्ट्रक्चर। ठीक उत्तर कोटा व्हिच इज करेक्ट? ऑप्शन बी सेइंग एंड मीनिंग द सेम थिंग। ऑप्शन बी सेइंग एंड मीनिंग द सेम थिंग। saying and meaning the same thing होची ठीक उत्तर ऑप्शन बी। परवर्ती प्रश्न what is the author's perspective on conflict resolution in teams? teams रो conflict resolution पाई author कौन कहिसंती? ऑप्शन ए it should always seek total agreement. B, it should be avoided to prevent disruption. C, it should be resolved without egotism or sycophancy. D, it should be managed by a single leader। जोठी साउंड प्रॉब्लम होबो पिले मते कहिबो। ऑप्शन सी इट शुड बी रिजल्व विदाउट इगोटिज्म और साइकोफेंसी। दिस इज राइट आंसर। मन रखिबा एटा केवल एक मार्क नो आमे 2 मार्क विशिष्ट प्रश्न मध्ये आलोचना करछु। ए जो सेंटेंस गुडी को अछि जो क्वेश्चन हिसाब रे जो सेंटेंस गुडी को अछि सेही क्वेश्चन गुडी को 2 मार्क विशिष्ट प्रश्न हेई परिबो। नो प्रॉब्लम स्वप्ना किछि असुविधा नहीं नो प्रॉब्लम। मु तुमको कहली गोटे कथा सुनिल ना समस्ते जेतिक एक मार्किया माने ऊपर जो सेंटेंस लंबा सेंटेंस गुडा को कुआ होची सेही सेंटेंस गुडी को 2 मार्क में कन्वर्ट करा जाई परिबा। तेनु एई भलिया एमसीक्यू नै कि आछि मु तमान को पई या सहित माने एमसीक्यू सहित 2 मार्क भी रिवीजन पूरा कंप्लीट हे जिवो पूरा 100% कंप्लीट हे जिवो। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा। Next question होची कोन पिले what does the text suggest is a fertile ground for diversity in the workplace? Option A cultural and ethnic diversity. B personal agenda. C hierarchical structure. D strict rules। question दिला what does the text suggest is a fertile ground for diversity in the workplace? Option C hierarchical structure. This is wrong। Option A cultural and ethnic diversity। cultural and ethnic diversity रहबा दरकार is a fertile ground for diversity in the workplace। Option A सौम्य रंजन या option A। परवर्ती प्रश्न what is the key aspect of team success according to the text? What is the key aspect of a team success according to the text? text हिसाब रे what is the key aspect of a team success? hierarchical structure, psychological health of the team members, frequent individual feedback, strict adherence to role. Option A, hierarchical structure. This is wrong. The right answer is option C, frequent individual feedback. That is also wrong. The right answer is option B. ये कहला ये नित्यानंद दास. Very good. Option B, psychological health of the team members. Option B होची ठीक उत्तर. जीवा परवर्ती चैप्टर को बिले. What percentage of infected people develop symptom of polio? What percentage of infected people develop symptom of polio? 1%. Already उत्तर ब्रजकिशोर 1% उत्तर आसी जाइछि. 1% होछि ठीक उत्तर. Who was a famous victim of polio mentioned in the text? Next question. अरे 10 होछि भूल उत्तर. 1% होछि ठीक उत्तर. मेजर प्रॉब्लम केते 1% लोग होतला. मोनाली यस मोनाली ठीक कहिछि. ओके 1%. Roosevelt is the right answer. Ayushkanta. Who was a famous victim of polio mentioned in the text? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, F.D. Roosevelt. This is the right answer. Parvati Prashna. When was polio vaccine introduced? When was polio vaccine introduced? Polio vaccine केवे introduce हला? 1940, 1955, 1960, 1970. 1955. ब्रजकिशोर बिनानी. बढ़िया. 1955 होजी ठीक उत्तर. Next question. What was one of the most feared consequences of polio in the 20th century? Option A, skin rashes, paralysis or death, digestive issues, memory loss. Paralysis or death, Somya. Paralysis or death होची correct answer फिला. परवर्ती प्रश्न. What percentage of infected people develop symptom of polio? What percentage of infected people develop symptom of polio? ब्रजकिशोर बिंदानी 10%. Right answer. 10% पिले दुईटा ऑप्शन भितर कंफ्यूज हो जाता मैं. प्रथम क्वेश्चन टा दिला what percentage of those who develop symptom progress in the paralytic form of polio? Paralytic form हुए 1% लोगों को. Then what percentage of infected people develop symptom of polio? 10%. पोलियो रा सिम्पटम 10% लोगों को देखा दिए एवं पैरालिटिक सिम्पटम कितने लोगों को देखा दिए 1% लोगों को देखा दिए. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा. In what type of polio does the virus affect the lungs and impair breathing? In which type of polio does the virus affect the lungs and impair breathing? Spinal, bulbar, asymptomatic and mild. Bulbar polio. Bulbar form. Very good. के कहला ब्रजकिशोर. Bulbar. This is the right answer. परवर्ती प्रश्न. Where was Franklin Delano Roosevelt vacationing when he contracted polio? Where was Franklin Delano Roosevelt vacationing when he contracted polio? जदवले तांको पोलियो हला. कोठी से छुट्टी काढुथले. कैम्बेलियो स्टेट. ब्रजकिशोर बिंदानी. कैम्बेलियो स्टेट. कैम्बेलियो स्टेट होची ठीक उत्तर. This is the right answer. Next question. How many strains of the polio virus are there? How many strains of the polio virus are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Tushant 3. Very good. 3 is the right answer. Tushant gala 3. Parvati prashna. What type of genetic material do polio viruses have? Polio virus रो genetic material कौन थिला? DNA, RNA, protein, lipids. RNA. ब्रजकिशोर बिंदानी. RNA. This is the right answer. RNA होची एकदम ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा. Polio was highly contagious and frightening. Sorry. When did vaccine development for polio begin? When did vaccine developments for polio begin? Early 1900, late 1800, early 1950, mid 1900. Option A, Ashkanda. Option A, early 1900. vaccine developments for polio begin in early 1900. Early 1900 होची ठीक उत्तर. Next question. Who were the most vulnerable to polio? Who were the most vulnerable to polio? Adults, elderly individuals, children, pregnant women. Children. Swastismita Mohamte. बढ़िया. Children is the right answer. Children होची ठीक उत्तर पिला. This is the correct answer. परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा. What did Roosevelt continue despite his illness? What did Roosevelt continue despite his illness? His political career, his medical studies, his business ventures, his military service. Political career. बढ़िया. His political career होची ठीक उत्तर. Next question. Who helped found the March of Dimes? Who helped found the March of Dimes? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Albert Sabin, Jonas Salk, and Roosevelt. Answer as जायची. Answer as Roosevelt. होची ठीक उत्तर पिले. परवर्ती प्रश्न. In which year did Dr. Jonas Salk develop a successful polio vaccine? को वर्ष successful polio vaccine develop ହେଲା? 1950, 1952, 1954, 1955. को वर्ष सक्सेसफुल वैक्सीन डेवलप है? 1955. किए कहला? स्वतिस्मिता महांती. वेरी गुड बेटा. 1955 राइट आंसर. परवर्ती प्रश्न को जीवा. When did Dr. Jonas Salk begin his research in polio virus? पोलियो वायरस रिसर्च केवे स्टार्ट कले? 1945, 1947, 1949, 1952. सो पूरा टॉपिक कवर के हमर क्लोज सेक्शन सरीडी आउरी पोएट्री अछि तापर नॉन डिटेल अछि से 1947. बढ़िया. 1947 पूरा सारी भी आज 11टा हो 11:30 हो पूरा सारी भी लास्ट पर्यंत सारीबा सोइबा बुझेला. सारी की सोइबा राति सारा हमर मने पड़े सकाळ उठिले पुडी तरह मने पड़िबो. सारीबा सोइबा जहां भी हो. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन को जीवा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची व्हेन डिड अल्बर्ट ब्रूस साबिन बिगिन टेस्टिंग इज लाइव ओरल फॉर्म ऑफ पोलियो वैक्सीन? केबे हितला पिले? When did Albert Bruce Sabin begin testing his live oral form of polio vaccine? 1955, 1957, 1960, 1963. मोनाली कला 1957. Yes. 1957 होची पिला ठीक उत्तर. 1957 होची ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न. How often does a person need a booster for the SAC vaccine? SAC vaccine पाए गोटे लोक को माने को ड्यूरेशन रो बूस्टर दरकार पले? एवरी ईयर, एवरी 2 ईयर, एवरी 5 ईयर, एवरी 10 ईयर. ओके. किए? ममता महाराणा. या 5 ईयर. 5 ईयर होची ठीक उत्तर मा. बढ़िया. 5 ईयर होची ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न. व्हाट इज द प्रोटेक्शन रेट ऑफ SAC वैक्सीन? SAC वैक्सीन रो प्रोटेक्शन रेट कोन पले? 50%, 60%, 70 to 90%, 100%. SAC वैक्सीन रो प्रोटेक्शन रेट कोन? 70 to 90%. किए करा? ममता महाराणा. यस. 70 to 90%. करेक्ट. परवर्ती प्रश्न. व्हाट फील्ड ऑफ रिसर्च इज एक्सप्लोरिंग जेनेटिक अलिटरेशन ऑफ द पोलियो वायरस? ऑप्शन वायरोलॉजी, बी रिकम्बिनेंट बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, सी इम्यूनोलॉजी, डी एपिडेमियोलॉजी. इम्यूनोलॉजी नुह. ऑप्शन बी रिकम्बिनेंट बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. ऑप्शन बी रिकम्बिनेंट बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. दिस इज द राइट आंसर. परवर्ती प्रश्न को जीवा. हाउ इज द सेबिन ओरल वैक्सीन एडमिनिस्टर्ड? हाउ इज द सेबिन ओरल वैक्सीन एडमिनिस्टर्ड? इंट्रामस्कुलर इंजेक्शन, ओरल ड्रॉप्स, नासल स्प्रे, सबकटेनियस इंजेक्शन. साबिन ओरल वैक्सीन केम दिया जाए? ओरल ड्रॉप्स. वेरी गुड. यस. ओरल ड्रॉप्स होची करेक्ट आंसर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा. व्हेन वाज पोलियो डिक्लेयर्ड इरेडिकेटेड फ्रॉम in all of the Americas? When was polio declared eradicated in all of the Americas? Option 1980, 1985, 1990, 1994. 1994 किए गला सुशांत 1994 ठीक करेक्ट आंसर जीवा पिले पोएम सेक्शन को आहुरी बहुत प्रश्न अच्छे द बेलेड ऑफ फादर गिलिगन व्हाट डज ही हु hath made the night of stars refer to what does he who hath made the night of stars refer to a king Peter Gilligan God an angel God तुसन God is the right answer God होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न at what time of day does Peter Gilligan begin to grieve at what time of day does Peter Gilligan begin to grieve early morning now noon month hour of eve at midnight month hour of eve तुशांत month hour of eve होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न what is described as the month hour what is described as the month hour early morning midday twilight noon twilight stand for two lights माने सूर्यर आलोक थिबो एवं चंद्र आलोक थिबो नहीं twilight माने संध्या समय को कहा जायछि परवर्ती प्रश्न देखिबा what causes Peter Gilligan to grieve deeply what causes Peter Gilligan to grieve deeply a personal loss the constant death of his parishioner his failing health and financial issues कौन हबो Option B, the constant death of his parishioner. Yes, this is the right answer. Next question. What happens to Peter Gilligan as he prays? What happens to Peter Gilligan as he prays? He falls asleep. He becomes more distressed. C. He starts to cry. He leaves the church. कौन हबो Option A. Very good. Option A किए कहला Tushant, option A, he falls asleep. This is the right answer. Next question देखिए पहले परवर्ती प्रश्न God covered the world with shade and dashed to mankind. Spoke, whispered, signed, and wept. God covered the world with shade and dashed to mankind. Spoke, whispered, signed, and wept. Whispered. Rajakishore Bindani. Whispered. Right answer. परवर्ती प्रश्न What feeling did the priest experience upon discovering the man's peaceful death? What feeling did the priest experience upon discovering the man's peaceful death? Option A, relief. B, joy. C, regret. D, confusion. ठीक उत्तर होची रिलीफ या रिलीफ किए कहला ममता या रिलीफ होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न परवर्ती प्रश्न होची what literary device is used in he who is wrapped in purple robes एटी को literary device कभी यूज करछंती metaphor personification simile and hyperbole he who is wrapped in purple robes metaphor ब्रजकिशोर बिंदाणी metaphor होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न What does the term Mabron mean in the context of the poem? Mabron शब्द रा अर्थ कौन? Poem हिसाब रे Mabron शब्द रा अर्थ कौन? Joy, sadness, confusion, surprise. Sorrow, sadness. Option B. Option B होची ठीक उत्तर. The priests' flock were either in their beds or under grass, fields, swords, grapes. Swords, Mamta. Swords is the right answer. Swords होची ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न को जीवा. The priest praised God for sending one of his great dash down to help me in my need. Saints, angels, prophets, souls. Angels, Mamta. Angels, ठीक उत्तर. Angels होची करेक्ट आंसर पिले. जीवा पिले परवर्ती प्रश्न. What does the poet wants us not to trust? कवि कहा को विश्वास न करने को कहते द प्रेजेंट द पास्ट द फ्यूचर द सोल तुषांत कहला फ्यूचर तुषांत फ्यूचर इज द राइट ऑप्शन फ्यूचर होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न अकॉर्डिंग टू द पोएम व्हाट हैपेंस टू द सोल दैट slumber according to the poet what happens to the soul that slumber it dreams it awakens it dies it rejoices dies ममता कहला जी आग कहूँ मु ता ना कहूँ रे बाबू तमें जदि माने क्वेश्चन न सरू सरू कहबो मु कह मु जार ना देखिली जे फर्स्ट कहूँ सी ता ना कहूँ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन व्हाट डज द पोएट सजेस्ट इज आवर डेस्टाइन्ड एंड वे व्हाट डज द पोएट सजेस्ट इज आवर डेस्टाइन्ड एंड वे एंजॉयमेंट सरो एक्शन रेस्ट अभिजीत जय जगन्नाथ किए देले नहीं आंसर ऑप्शन सी हो एक्शन ये गलाटा आइस्कांता या ऑप्शन सी ठीक उत्तर एक्शन अकॉर्डिंग टू द पोएट एक्शन इज आवर डेस्टाइन्ड एंड नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब टाइम हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब टाइम एटर्नल फ्लीटिंग स्लो अनचेंजिंग How does the poet describe time? Fleeting, के कहला ममता ही कहला fleeting, time is fleeting. परवर्ती प्रश्न what does the poet suggest we should be in the stride? What does the poet suggest we should be in the stride? Leaders, heroes, followers, observers. Hero, के कहला ब्रजकिशोर heroes होची correct answer. परवर्ती प्रश्न अकॉर्डिंग टू द पोएट हु शुड bury the dead past so according to the poet who should bury the dead past the future the present the past itself the soul past itself yes let the dead past bury itself let the dead past bury itself लिखायची बरे let the past bury its state let the dead parts bury its state परवर्ती प्रश्न होची what might another person do when seeing these footprints what might another person do when seeing these footprints ignore them erase them take heart again follow them What might another person do when seeing these footprints? Option D, follow them. भूल उत्तर ऑप्शन सी टेक हार्ट अगेन एटा होची ठीक उत्तर टेक हार्ट अगेन परवर्ती प्रश्न व्हाट शुड वी बी स्टिल अचीविंग एंड स्टिल परस्यूइंग व्हाट शुड वी बी स्टिल अचीविंग एंड स्टिल परस्यूइंग हैप्पीनेस वेल्थ लेवर एंड रेस्ट ऑप्शन सी लेबर किए कहला ब्रजकिशोर बिंदाड़ी या ऑप्शन सी लेबर होची ठीक उत्तर हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब आर्ट परवर्ती प्रश्न हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब आर्ट फ्लीटिंग लॉन्ग लास्टिंग ब्यूटीफुल एक्सपेंसिव हाउ डज द पोएट डिस्क्राइब आर्ट लॉन्ग लास्टिंग या लॉन्ग लास्टिंग परवर्ती प्रश्न अकॉर्डिंग टू द पोएम व्हाट हैपेंस टू टाइम According to the poem, what happens to time? It stops, it moves slowly, it flies by, it stands still. It flies by. Option C. It flies by. होची ठीक उत्तर. It flies by. Next question. What does the poet believe the footprints of dead men can do for others? Option A. Lead them astray, confuse them. C. Inspire them to grieve up and encourage them. Como? Encourage them. Encourage them. Option D होची ठीक उत्तर. Encourage them. Next, what does the poet compare our heart with? What does the poet compare our heart with? Option A, muffled drums. Option B, harmonium. Option C, music lesson, and option D, funeral march. Option A, muffled drums. Our heart is compared with muffled drums. परवर्ती प्रश्न होची the poet advised trust no future, however, just let the date past bury its date. Certain, glorious, pleasant, and dark. Certain, glorious, pleasant, and dark. Pleasant, राजा किशोर प्रेजेंट होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न what does the poet claim television does to a child's imagination? What does the poet claim television does to a child's imagination? Stimulates it, expands it, scales it, nourishes it. Kills it, option C. Kills it, this is the right answer. What does the poet imply a child can no longer do after watching too much television? Option A, play sports. B, understand school subjects. C, think. D, C. Option C, think. Raja Kishore, yeah. Option C, think is the correct answer. Parvati Prashna. According to the poet, what does television do to children's sense in their heads? 11 को sense कौन होता है? Option A, sharpens it. B, rots it. C, enhance it. D, protects it. Rots, Soumya. Rots होची ठीक उत्तर. Next question. What is an idiotic thing according to Roald Dahl? फटाफट कहवा व्हाट इज एन इडियोटिक थिंग्स अकॉर्डिंग टू रोल्ड डाल का अनुसार है टीवी मोनाली या टीवी होची ठीक उत्तर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन व्हाट डज टेलीविजन प्रिवेंट चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम अंडरस्टैंडिंग एज मेंशन्ड इन द पोएम ऑप्शन ए द रियल वर्ल्ड बी टेक्नोलॉजी सी ए फैंटेसी ए फेरीलैंड डी देयर ओन फीलिंग फेरी टेल्स ममता कहला ए फैंटेसी और ए फेरीलैंड होची ठीक उत्तर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन व्हाट डज द पोएट से चिल्ड्रन बिकम ड्रंक विथ आफ्टर वाचिंग टेलीविजन ऑप्शन ए नॉलेज ऑप्शन बी लाफ्टर सी सेकिंग घाटली जंक डी इमेजिनेशन सकिंग घाटली जंक ऑप्शन सी सकिंग घाटली जंक होची ठीक उत्तर परवर्ती प्रश्न why do some parents allow their children to watch television according to the poet option A to keep them entertained B to help them with homework C to keep them still and quiet D to encourage creativity option C to keep them still and quiet. परवर्ती प्रश्न कौन पिले the lines it clogs and clutters of the minds is an example of dash option A take it difficult alliteration hyperbole metaphor and irony it clogs and clutters of the mind is an example of dash alliteration hyperbole metaphor and irony मेटाफॉर भूल उत्तर ठीक उत्तर होची एलिटरेशन ब्रज किशोर यस एलिटरेशन परवर्ती प्रश्न को जीवा चैप्टर चेंज करिवा पिले व्हाट विल दे मेक समवन ईट विथ द ब्रेड इफ दे हैव नो मनी इफ दे हैव नो मनी नथिंग डॉट लेफ्ट ओवर एंड हम्बल पाई सीसंथ डट होची ठीक उत्तर समय घंटाटे हेलानी रे बापा घंटाटे हेलानी आउरी अध घंटा लागिवो नले आ गोटे पोएम परे आमे सारी दबा आ नेक्स्ट 5टा बेले चर्चा करिबा परवर्ती प्रश्न आउट ऑफ द पोएम डिस्क्राइब द फीलिंग ऑफ हैंडिंग आउट ए 10 पाउंड नोट हाउ डज द पोएम डिस्क्राइब How does the poem describe the feeling of handing out a 10 pound note? with joy, with indifference, with tremor, with relief. ट्रेमर एरल ट्रेमर होची ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न. What emotion does the poem suggest people feel when handing out a pound note? What emotion does the poem suggest people feel when handing out a pound note? Happiness, pride, fear, indifference. ମୁଁ କଣ କହିଲି ମୋ ऑप्शन ଭିतर कोटा हवा फियर. किए कहला रोहन. यस फियर. एक्चुअली मो आखि पेन हेलाणी स्क्रीन देखी देखी आज सकाळू मते आउ स्क्रीन रे जो लेटर गुडा आउची सेटा आउ स्पष्ट देखा जाउ नै. दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम विथ मी, दैट्स व्हाई मु कहूची. नहले आउ किछ असुविधा नै. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन होची व्हाट इज द पोएट फ्राइटेंड ऑफ? What is the poet frightened of? Starvation, poverty, his money made fellow man, losing his job. Come, what is the poet frightened of? Option C, his money made fellow man. His money made fellow man. ठीक उत्तर. परवर्ती प्रश्न. How does mankind measure a person worth according to them? According to the poem. How does mankind measure a person worth according to the poem? By their knowledge, by their kindness, by their money, by their power. Money होची ठीक उत्तर. Next question. What does money make us do according to the poet? What does money make us do according to the poem? Celebrate while feel powerful and feel indifferent. While Rajakeshara. Quail. Okay. What does the poet believe we must have to avoid eating that? What does the poet believe we must have to avoid eating that? Friends, knowledge, so money and power. Simile is simple. When something is compared with as or like, that is simile. Then when we are compared an anonymous thing with a person, that is personification. And metaphor stand for using adjective and praising something. Like alliterations stand for something in a huge country. If you are using exaggeration and alliteration are near about same. When you are comparing something with a huge quantity, that is called alliteration and that one thing exaggeration. This is the 5 for 6 what figure of speech that is used inside your +2 English. Next question. What will they give to someone with no money according to the poem? What will they give to someone with no money according to the poem? A job, a place to sleep, a little bread, a money. Bread, little bread, Monali, little bread, beta, little bread. Next question देखिबा बिले. What feeling does the poet express when giving money? What feeling does the poet express when giving money? Generosity, pride, guilt, and anxiety. नाइ मु जोड़ा कहूची से भितर कहबा. तो अम्म हिसाब कहले हम नहीं तुसान. एंजाइटी होची ठीक उत्तर. एंजाइटी एटी होची एंजाइटी ANXIETY. एंजाइटी. Okay, परवर्ती प्रश्न. The poet claims money is our madness, our vast collective bias. The poet claims money is our madness, our vast collective bias. Joy, ambition, madness. Okay. ठीक अच्छी. कंटिन्यू करिवा. What do you think? कंटिन्यू करिवा ना बंद करिवा? ऑलरेडी 11:05 हेलानी. सोइबो पिले सकाळू तमे जल्दी उठिबो. सकाळू 5टा बेले उठी पड़ो. 5टा बेले क्लास करिवा. 5:10 रे 5:10 रे स्टोरी सेक्शन क्लास करिवा. ठीक अछि. आज एति की थाउ. सुओ रेस्ट नियो. परीक्षा भलो हबार अछि ना. नाइ बाकी तो काली करिवा. अरे अबे सोई पड़ो. सकाळू जल्दी उठी की पढ़िवा. 5:10 रे ना कोन कहउजो. कंटिन्यू करिवा. मो आखि पेन हेलानी. अच्छा चलो ठीक ठीक है, कंटिन्यू करते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कंटिन्यू करते हैं बेटा, चलो कंटिन्यू करते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कंटिन्यू करते हैं, ठीक है, चलो कंटिन्यू करते हैं। ठीक, नो प्रॉब्लम, नो प्रॉब्लम, कर सकते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। So how long did the village children practice the welcome sign for the reception? How long did the, okay. So without option, can I ask without option? Can I ask without option? अभी बिना ऑप्शन के मैं पूछूं? What do you think? मैं बिना ऑप्शन के पूछूं? Can I ask without option? No. Good, good. Let's go. Let's start the session without book. Let's start the session without book, बिना option. Now I can continue. Without option, I can continue. Getting me? Okay. So my first question: who garlanded the minister at the outskirts of the village? Who garlanded the minister at the outskirts of the village? Who garlanded the minister at the outskirts of the village? Mr. Maharana Kumkum Agrawal. Yes, Mr. Maharana is the right answer. Next question. Next question. Who christened the name Zendu to the monkey? Who christened the name Zendu to the monkey? Maharana, yeah, Mr. Maharana Christian. Very good. In a fine manner. Yeah. Next question. Who was a well-to-do man? Who was a well-to-do man? Who was a well-to-do man? Maharana. Okay. Come. Mr. Maharana. Okay. Next question. Who had two funds full of choice fish? Who had two funds full of choice fish? Full of choice fish. Manali. Kumkum. Mr. Maharana. Very good. Very good. Who was a next question? Who was a generous and consensus person? Who was a generous and consensus person? Maharana. Yeah, Maharana. Mr. Maharana. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Next question. What new caste was emerging during pre-independence India? What new caste was emerging during pre-independence of India? What was the new caste? Patriotic caste. Patriot. The caste of patriotism. Yeah. Caste of patriot. Right. Okay. Yeah, patriots. Next question, देखिए Next question होची, yeah, who garlanded the minister on the stage? Who garlanded the minister on the stage? Niece, Rohan. Niece of Mr. Maharana. Niece of Mr. Maharana. Next question. Who has composed the welcome song? Who has composed the welcome song? Pandit. Okay, the head Pandit of this village primary school. Very good. The head Pandit of the village primary school had composed the welcome song. Next question. How long did Mr. Maharana speak in the meeting? How long did Mr. Maharana speak in the meeting? मीटिंग रे केते समय धरी मिस्टर महाराणा कहते 1 hour. Soumya, yeah. So who were drinking a glass of milk in between his speech? Who were drinking a glass of milk inside his speech? In between his speech. Minister means Babu Birkishwar. Okay. Who had a big bald head? Who had a big bald head? The minister means Babu Birkishwar. Babu Birkishwar. Whose head was glowing like a satellite? Whose head was glowing like a satellite? The minister, Kumkum Agrawal, yeah. The minister's head was just glowing like a satellite. Very good. Next question. How much did Mr. Marana pay to cover Jandu's mischief? अच्छा, सबू सबू चैप्टर एमसीक्यू पचारिबा? हाँ, अभी अभी पूछ देते हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, अभी पूछ देते हैं. Who was Steve Jobs? Next question. Who was Steve Jobs? Who was Steve Jobs? Who was Steve Jobs? Founder of Apple? Okay. Co-founder of Apple. Okay. Next question. Who was Stewart Brand? Who was Stewart Brand? Who was Stewart Brand? Okay, session. Okay. He was the publisher of the book Whole Earth Catalog. Okay. Who was Steve Wozniak? Who was Steve Wozniak? Who was Steve Wozniak? Steve Wozniak ke friend. Okay, Monali. Friend of Steve Jobs. Next question. What was the first story about? What was the first story about? What was the first story about? Connecting the dots, Monali Mahapatra. Very good. Who was Steve Jobs' biological mother? Who was Steve Jobs' biological mother? Who was Steve Jobs' biological mother? Unwed, Somyagala, a young unwed college graduate girl. A young unwed, unwed college graduate girl. Next question, Guziba. How did Charlie's father die? How did Charlie's father die? How did Charlie's father die? Drinking alcohol. For alcohol. At which age? At which age Charlie first appeared on the stage? At the age of 5. When did Charlie's mother seek alimony? When did Charlie's mother seek alimony? Next question. When did Charlie's mother seek money? Seek alimony? When she didn't rely on a voice. When luck befell on her. When did se alimony demand କରିଛି ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାର ଗଳା ଖରାପ ହେଇଛି ତାପରେ ସେ alimony demand କରିଛି. Rest circumstances. Okay. हाँ. While her voice cracked, where she was flying. While Charlie's mother voice cracked, where she was flying. Where she was playing? Canteen of Eldershot. Canteen of Eldershot. Canteen of Eldershot होची right answer. Canteen of Eldershot. Yeah. Okay. Next question गोटे पचारुची पिले. Next question टा होची who was the author of the monkey's paw? Who was the author of the monkey's paw? Who was the author of the monkey's paw? Monkey's paw author किए? W. Jacob. Satyajit. W. Jacob. Okay. Who had cast a spell on the monkey's paw? Who had cast a spell on monkey's paw? A holy man, Satyajit. A holy man from India casted a spell on the monkey's paw. Okay. What is so special about the monkey's paw? What is so special about the monkey's paw? It had a spell. 3 ways, yes. Who was Sergeant Major Maurice? Who was Sergeant Major Maurice? British militant. Not British militant. He was a soldier, retired soldier. Military doctor, yeah, we can say. Next question. Next question. What did the stranger bring? What did the stranger bring? £200 and state news, both can be the answer. State news and £200, both can be the answer. Yeah. You know, Steve Jobs was suffering from what? Steve Jobs was suffering from what? Steve Jobs was suffering from what? Pancreatic cancer. Good. Good. What is a life change agent? What is a life change agent? Which is considered to be called as a life changing agent? Death, Monali. Very good. Death. Death. Which college provide the best calligraphy lesson? Which college provide the best calligraphy lesson? Read college, Satyajit. Yeah. Read. Right answer. Okay. Which is the first computer having great typography? Which was the first computer having great typography? Macintosh. Macintosh, correct answer. Macintosh. Macintosh is the right answer, guys. Next question. What was Stuart Brand's last message? Kali 5:15 class hour. What was Stuart Brand's last message? What was? Stay hungry, stay foolish. So with this, the session ends. या सहित ए सेशन टाको एंड करूची. देखा हबो 5:15 रु 5:30 बेले पॉजिटिवली. एबे तो 11:15 ऑलरेडी हेलानी. तो कम से कम 6 आवर्स होइबार अछि नहीं. तो 5:15 बेले देखा हबो बेले. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care. जय जगन्नाथ. Our patience नहीं. Thank you, Mamta. Thank you, beta.